Bitcoin's crashing, stocks are bleeding, and tariffs are shaking and rocking the world. Are we staring at the bottom for Bitcoin, the S&P, and the Dow? Stick around, Crypto Crew, because we're going to be combining markets, diving into technicals, and uncovering an coin twist you're not going to want to miss. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here. If you haven't already, please give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Come on over to X. Follow us on X, where we bring you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. Let's dive into it, crew. Right now, over the weekend, Bitcoin slipped below 80,000. It crashed down 5.5% to a 2025 low of 74,000. As of today, April 8th, we're sitting right around 78 to 80,000. What's behind this? Well, we got the Trump tariff bombshell, 10% on imports, an extra 50% threatened on China if they don't ditch their 34% retaliatory tariffs. China says they're not backing down. Global markets are in chaos. Fear of a trade war and recession hammering risk assets like Bitcoin. You know, it's down a 15% on the year, a big correction from that 109 that we saw earlier in the year. But hold up. Bitcoin is showing some grit. Okay, if we come on over and we talk about the Nasdaq's tanked 11% since the tariff news, while Bitcoin is only off 10%. Now, analysts are saying that it's holding key support levels, hinting at a solid demand even in this storm. Now, let's compare that to stocks. The S&P is down, okay, a brutal 10% from its February high after a brutal 4.84% drop on April 3rd. The Dow is flirting with basically correction territory too, shedding 10% since just December. We're down 1,679 points. On April 3rd, another 2,230 points. This is the worst stretch since 2020. But, you know, the marketplace itself, I think we're due for a bounce. You know, the S&P's RSI is below 30 for half of its stocks. Below 30 for half of its stocks. The VIX spiked to 45.31, the highest since 2020. Maximum fear always means a bottom is close. So could this be it for stocks? The S&P testing support around 5,000, the Dow around 37 to 38,000. If buyers jump in, we could see a bounce. Now, Bitcoin's got its own story. Let's come on over to Bitcoin, all right? Let's break down the charts. Right now, it's below its 200-day moving average. History shows when this happens, recovery takes about 70 days on average. Okay, we could say 70 days on average. Right now, we're only on day 30. So the blue chip asset like Bitcoin is still on sale. And if the pattern holds, this next leg upward could be brutal. Face ripping, as some people like to call it. But right now, is the market repeating itself? We're seeing a consolidation phase like 2023 to 2024, where the high turns into support. You know, the consolidation, the highs turn into support, which we are right here. We've seen it before in the past also. If we come back to this level right here, in this marketplace right there, the high became the support before the marketplace actually took off and made its move. So the high turns into support on a retest, marking the bottom. That's repeating right now. Now, overall, we've been talking about this. The RSI has been forming higher lows while Bitcoin's price hits lower lows. Classic bullish divergence. Seller momentum we see on the 12-hour charts has been drying up. Key levels to watch right now. 76, 77,000. If this holds, we could bounce up and finally try to fill that CME market gap completely. Now, we've come up through it. It would be completely really bullish if we get above that 84.1. That would be great for us right now. But as I said the other day, I expect to see some pressure in this area because there's a lot of people that are just, if you look at the fear and greed chart, I mean, it's an extreme fear. So people are going to be looking to dump, unfortunately, and they may be selling basically definitely, into a market that could be starting to rally. So, the Bitcoin funding rate also rates are crazy negative. Most traders are shorting, signaling, that extreme fear that we just talked about. This is set up for a relief rally. Plus, we have, again, that CME market gap. Okay, that's, generally 99% it fills within the same rate, same week. Okay, it was 90, well, I'll say 99%, but it could mean a 5.5% pop if it does close and get up there, and that could actually set up a little bit of fear of missing out, driving the marketplace a little bit higher. Now, big names are chiming in, like Mark Kaiser calling for 220,000 if Bitcoin turns safe haven again. Arthur Hayes is saying 82,000, could end this dip, another break above 82,000, but it's not all sunshine. 438 million in liquidations on April 7th hit hard. If you look at XRP took a big hit at 25% drop. Now, let's talk about something that's quite interesting, altcoins, because something massive is brewing. Bitcoin dominance just broke RSI 70. That's never happened before. The last time we got close, altcoins went absolutely wild. This could be the start of a huge altcoin season, or the end of the line if Bitcoin sucks up the air in the room. Ethereum, we've been talking about this yesterday. Ethereum could steal the spotlight. It's sitting at its logarithmic support and its 2023 bear market lows right around 2,000. It's a little bit lower than that, sitting around 1,500. That's a juicy accumulation zone with upside potential to 2,500 if it breaks out. Altcoins thrive when Bitcoin stabilizes, and when dominance is overstretched, we might see capital rotate fast. Is this the dip to load up your bags, crew? We'll dig deeper into altcoins soon, so stay tuned. But before we move on, make sure that you are trading with the best. Follow us on Pionex, our go-to broker for trade setups. We got fresh trades incoming. Click the link below for daily updates. Get in on the action. Don't sleep on this crypto crew. Pionex is where the winners play. All right, let's tie this all together. Stocks, definitely oversold. The Dow and S&P tariffs, if we can get through this, we can see a bounce in the stocks. If tariffs ease, maybe with negotiation hints like the Mexico delay on February 2nd, but the recession odds hit 60%, like JP Morgan warns, we might test the S&P to 4,500, the Dow to 37,000. Bitcoin's got its own path, 30-day below 200-day moving average. Bullish signals are brewing, extreme fear setting up for a squeeze. If we could break through that 82 soon, or we have main support at 68, if support cracks at that 73,000 level that we have, we could see that 68,000 in Bitcoin. Now, here's the thing. Altcoins might be the dark horse here. Ethereum, if we can get above 2,100, it could spark the next wave. So I just want to point one thing out as well. Okay, we have to zoom in on something that we posted here on our X account. Michael Saylor, and I think this is a great point to end on here. He's yelling digital gold rush. We've got 10 years until 2035 to stack Bitcoin before it moons. MicroStrategy's hoarding 252,000 Bitcoin, and Saylor sees this 78,000 dip as noise in a decade-long climb. Adoption, scarcity, only 21 billion Bitcoin ever could make this deal of the century. Now, the tariff mess is real. China's opposing Trump hard, and markets lost $5 trillion in 2 days. But oversold conditions, technical setups, and altcoin potential says we might be near the floor. What's your take, crew? That's it for today. Make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe, hit me up on X for real-time updates. Are we bottoming with Bitcoin, or is this just the spot where we're going to bounce from? Stock recovery, altcoin surge, or is more pain coming? You tell me. Until the next time, stay sharp, stack, and I'll catch you in the markets. Also, remember always, do your own research. And if you're a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.